Okay, so instead of explaining this via email, I figured it would be easier to do it in a YouTube video that you can watch at your own leisure and rewatch so that I don't restate myself 100 times in something like an email or a Snapchat message. So uh, I'm going to be explaining how to use the Excel spreadsheet and what our goals should be for this in this video. So here are our goals and objectives. Just as a baseline, I would like to get 50 to 75 people there. 50 would be roughly 10 people per floor per RA. So, and depending on what building you're in, it's even less. Like Tyler, if you are actually listening to this, you need less than a third of your floor since you'd have 40. You need 10 of them. Uh, so 50 to 75, I think with our budget, we can feed that many people and, uh, you know, we'll see. Um, Another thing is that this can hopefully, if we do this early enough, it will lay groundwork for more big things. Hopefully, things that uh, can be a little more simple than this once we've laid that groundwork. Because once we have this whole system set up, it becomes a lot easier to um, just kind of reuse it. But since we're doing a lot of the heavy lifting of setting that up now, um, this process is more complicated. Like in the future, if we were to do something like this, I'm probably not making more YouTube videos because if I reference something, you guys just know what it is, and then we're done. Um, and then the final goal, and I think this is the best one, is that uh, I'd like to do something better than the ter frankly terrible capstone events that the complexes try to do. Um, I know a bunch of you went to the Linc one last year, and it was awful, from what I've heard. So I would like to do something as a just a collective of RAs better than them. So this is the probably most important part of this video, and if you're only going to watch one thing, watch my next 3 slides. So just to start this out, a little bit of spreadsheet etiquette. If I call something a row, it means east to west, uh, left to right. If I call something a column, it means north south, up down. I don't know if you guys all know that or not. I hope you do. Uh, so first thing, in this spreadsheet, you are going to need to pick a column, uh, or in the column that says name, you're going to need to pick a row. And the rows are different items. In those item rows, uh, you will need to put a cost per whatever the thing is and the quantity of that thing you intend to buy. Um, I am not going to babysit you guys when you pick these. I trust you guys to all know, like, maybe we don't need to spend all $50 on charcoal briquettes, or maybe we don't need to spend all $50 on plates. Maybe we don't need to spend all $25 on plates. Same with condiments. Do we need $50 of condiments? Perhaps not. So, uh, if you have questions about this, ask me. I'd like to leave it up to you guys because I think that makes it easier for both of us. It doesn't look like I'm just constantly sitting over your shoulder and trying to make sure that you're like, not messing something up. But uh, I don't know. I'm rambling. Let's go to the next slide. All right. So this is what the spreadsheet is going to actually look like when I email it to you and you open it up. Um, as you can see, I'm going to draw on this in a second. As the thing goes so that you guys can also see what I am thinking when I'm talking about this. So here is the first step. So you see the rows here. You are going to pick one of these that you would like to figure out what it is going to cost and the quantity. And then you are going to put your name here where it says person. See what I did. Then you're going to figure out how much one of those costs. So when I did hot dogs, a pack of them cost about $5. I think that was including tax. I don't know. With how the economy is, I'm going to figure that out again when we're about to start up school and reassess my entry. But once you figure that out, like me, you put $5 right there. And then you put the quantity of that you would like to buy that is uh, within 50. So 5 times 10 equals 50. So that gave me 0 leftover dollars. And I'm doing hot dogs, so I can do that. It's okay. So I put 10 there. And then you do not enter anything in this. Nothing. Do not put anything in this category. In this category, I have input something that is called a formula, and it does the math for you. So you don't actually put anything in here. And then you're pretty much done. As you can see, I've already given some of you guys categories. Like Garrett said, he'd probably only have half of his budget. I gave him paper plates down here because that's going to be one of the cheaper things. Like I said on the previous slide, condiments will also probably be one of the cheaper things. And then this, it's kind of cut off because Excel's formatting is goofy, but this says vegetarian slash vegan option. Gave that to Nick because he's the only vegetarian here. Um, and it would make the most sense for him to fill it out. So again, if you have questions about this, ask me because that will make both our lives easier instead of you inputting something here and then screwing up the rest of the spreadsheet. And then I don't know why it's screwed up and it doesn't work. Okay, so again, the leftover money column calculates itself. Do not put things in there. Um, do not go in and screw around with that column. Um, if that column, after you've done uh, your unit cost and your quantity, is red, that means that you have leftover money. Um, with that leftover money, we're going to probably be buying more hot dogs and buns. Um, how exactly that's going to work when we're filling out our green sheets, I'm not sure yet. I think that I'll just have you all individually put down on your green sheets whatever the unit cost and quantity of your assigned thing is, and then also add in like a caveat, like, okay, whatever you've got left, buy like, say, 1 pack of hot dogs and 1 pack of buns of whatever it is that we're buying. Uh, but that's a long ways out. We'll cross that bridge when we get to it. The most important part is just getting a rough idea of what the budget is going to look like. Um, if the column is black when you're done and anything other than 0, that means you can't have that high of a quantity of what you have. You have to go lower because you only get $50 of budget. You all should probably know that, but I'm just clarifying. Uh, there are 9 item slots. We have 9 people in our group. Um, so every slot should be filled. If you would like to switch slots with someone, go ahead. And this leads kind of well into the next point. Don't sign up for things if you don't really know like what they are. Like I would hope pretty much all of you know what everything on this is, but the only thing I could see people not knowing is like charcoal briquettes. Like say Connor doesn't know what that is. Uh, maybe don't sign up for it because then you're gonna buy like a fucking propane lighter or something, and that's not what we need. So um, pick something that you feel confident in your ability to accurately get uh, and get like a good deal on because we are going to need a lot of most of this stuff. Uh, so, anyways, so I'm going to close out this little video with some important things to keep in mind. The first big thing is that this is the first year that we're doing something like this as a group. It's not the first time this has ever been done by RAs, but it's the first time this group has done something like this. So uh, mistakes will happen. I understand that. I'm probably going to screw some things up, and I'm the one planning a lot of this stuff. So, uh, you know, whatever. Um, Second big thing is that we'll probably butt heads about something at some point in the process of making this happen, and that kind of stuff is always welcome when it's uh, productive. But we're not going to do any mudslinging, and we're not going to be rude to each other. And if you guys do that, keep in mind you are all replaceable. If you're rude to somebody else, you're done. We're not putting up with that. Uh, but we've got a long way to go. A lot of things still to figure out. If you've stuck around and watched this entire thing, which I doubt many of you will, I appreciate it. And again, I can't say it enough. If you are confused about anything, shoot me questions through email or Snapchat or whatever, and have a good summer. Goodbye.